변신 퓨리오사. 오늘 이렇게 변신하는 이유는 퓨리오사 매드맥스 사가의 감독님 조지 밀러 감독님을 만나기 위해서인데요. Give it up for George Miller. Welcome to MMTG Show. Late, early morning, afternoon MMTG Show. 네, welcome. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Start your engine.
The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
George Miller. Hey, I'm Korean Furiosa.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Even the teddy bear.
Impressive.
Yeah, where did you get that all from?
We all handmade.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
good.
all handmade. How do you like Korea so far?
I haven't been here before. This is my first time.
Yes, first time.
2 days.
2 days.
And it's been fantastic so far. 2 days.
2 days.
And it's been fantastic so far. I knew a lot about Korea, mainly through the movies.
Oh.
Plus, I have 2 adult sons, so they love Korean barbecue. So they often take me. In Sydney, where I live, they have a lot of Korean barbecue. So we go there.
With soju?
Yes, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, and I've become friends with director Bong, which is really good.
Oh, you're friends of Bong? Director Bong? Oh, you're friends of Bong? Director Bong?
Yes.
오, 봉보로봉봉봉?
그거 보시면은 뻥뻥뻥뻥뻥
맞아.
봉신호한데 성성성성 이러지.
봉보로봉봉봉?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
He came down to Sydney for the Sydney Film Festival. I interviewed him about Parasite, and yesterday he interviewed me about Furiosa. Mainly it's the conversations we've had about filmmaking and what it means to us and how to work. For instance, I met Tilda Swinton, who's worked with him twice.
Yeah. I saw the movie 3000 of Longing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton. Yeah.
She showed me a picture, he and his editor working on set. Normally, you put some shots together on set, but you don't start editing the film on set.
Oh.
So this is the first film as a result of knowing that he does that, I cut this film. Working in cinema for 45 years is the first film which I cut on set.
Steady.
Really? You taught by 봉보로봉봉봉?
Yes,
Cut on the set?
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And it makes a difference because you know if the film's fitting together. It tells you not only what you need to do, what you don't need to do.
Oh.
So it's very useful.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, 봉보로봉봉봉's friends. 봉보로봉봉봉?
Yes, exactly.
So anyway, let's back on the track. Congratulations. After 9 years, the Mad Max has come back. Yeah, with an epic story once again.
Yeah.
I want them back.
Shedding more light on a Furiosa story this time,
Yes.
right? Yes. Is there any specific reason to make movie about Furiosa story?
Well, to tell Fury Road, which happens over 3 days, a short period of time, so we had to write the backstory of Furiosa from the moment she gets stolen
Furiosa! They took Furiosa!
to where she begins Fury Road. And that's 18 years.
18 years.
So it's a saga.
Yeah.
So everyone could understand in the center of a great desert continent, what we call the wasteland.
This story you've already done 9 years ago when you were shooting.
Before we shot.
Before you shooting.
Yeah, so we had those 2 stories before. Otherwise, I don't think we could tell Fury Road.
You all designed before you shooting the Fury Road, even in 1979, maybe?
Mad Max.
No. I had no idea that I'd be sitting here today talking about the 5th Mad Max. I had no idea that would be the case. After the first Mad Max, I didn't want to make another Mad Max. But now here I am.
Oh, anyway, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Mad Max in IMAX? Every single seat is sold out whenever the Mad Max re-released in theaters
yeah.
in Korea.
Today we watched footage from Furiosa in the IMAX cinema.
Oh, how was it?
And this, I think, is the second biggest screen in the world.
Right, right.
And to see it on the big screen is fantastic. And to hear it as well, it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
And this is what I'd like to call a movie.
that's right, exactly.
But if the story is good, if it works, you can watch it on your iPhone and you can still get engaged. That's what I thought.
So iPhone versus IMAX. So iPhone versus IMAX.
What do I choose? What do I choose? Oh, definitely IMAX. Yeah.
IMAX, yeah. We cannot leave out Mad Max Fury Road when we are talking about the Furiosa. It is very famous internet meme in Korea, this scene from Fury Road. 기억할게!
Oh, Witness.
Witnessing is very famous internet meme in Korea.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That hand sign used by the war boy signifies the V8 engine, right?
Yeah, V8, a V8 engine. Yeah.
Or everyone else.
How do you come up with that idea?
If you look at any culture, there's always gestures that people use. And it varies in every culture. I don't know if you know, but in England and Australia, if you do that, that's a root.
Rude, yeah, yes.
It's different than that.
That's right.
Do you know how that started? When the French
Yes.
attacked Britain way back, I can't remember which battle.
100 battle, yes.
When the French attacked the British, the French soldiers said when they won the battle, they would cut off the bow fingers of the archers of the longbowmen because they'd pull back the bow. When the British won the battle, whenever they saw a Frenchman, they'd go like that. All the gestures that we do in every culture
Different, yes, different meaning.
come from stories like that. So as we talked about the movie and we thought what sort of things would they do, there's several gestures in the movie that people develop, even spraying themselves.
Spray, the silver spray.
There's similar things that happen in many cultures across time with different warrior cultures. So we had to find one that meant something in this world. So that's how that came about.
Also, I can tell you the Korean gesture,
Yeah?
significant word this.
Yes, I know. Yeah. No, but that's a classic example.
That's right. Love you. Love you.
I'll give you back too. Thank you. No, that's really great.
There are so many fascinating facts about movie too. It's easy to think that chasing scenes are results of a CGI, but actually this scene is
It's real, yeah.
Or everyone else.
almost all action scene
Yes.
were shot without CGI, right?
Yes, but this is a film. It's not like it's not a fantasy film. It's not a superhero movie. So it's grounded by reality. But you can't do things in a way that's going to risk people. Now that scene there, I wanted the people to be polecats, they're called, to be able to do that. Well, I'm not going to put people on poles on a moving vehicle. The potential for chaos and disaster is too high. And Guy Norris and the stunt crew said, we will try and see if we can make it work. They looked at the engineering of it. They created cars with wide axles, so it's more stable. They built those and those polecats, and it was on a pendulum swinging with an engine underneath moving like this. Then they got circus performers who climbed up on top, and it worked. It was very, very safe.
So a famous movie critic in Korea said like this, Sandy madness of a ferocious film master.
Say that again.
Sandy madness.
Sandy madness.
So what do you think about the word sandy madness?
It's in the desert, Sandy.
Yeah, sandy madness.
Yeah. Well, Sandy madness, no question.
No question.
That's why the world is called Mad Max. It's I think it's a really good description. I never thought of it in that way. Max says you've got to be almost insane to survive an insane world.
Insane, right? Insane.
I think that's got something to do with it, and that's why I accept that.
Yes, people say actually Max is most good boy.
He's mostly a
Not,
good boy.
yes, not mad.
Well, I think so, because he understands. He says at the beginning of Fury Road, he said, I don't know who's more crazy.
It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else.
And I think the fact that he can recognize his own predicament and the bewilderment he feels and the trauma he feels and the moral
injury, right?
probably means he's not mad.
Yeah.
But his behaviors might have to be pretty mad.
Absolutely. Good Max.
Instinct.
Yeah, good Max. Yeah.
Good Max.
That's good. I'm glad you say that. Good Max. Yeah.
What was the message that you try to get across this movie?
I know what it means to me. I don't want to preempt you or anyone else watching the movie and say, this is what it means. That's in the eyes of the beholder. We take our own meaning from it according to how we see the world. So I think that's one of the reasons why we tell each other stories, even if it's just among friends, within groups of people, within communities, in all of our storytelling, in all of our art. I think that's the function of storytelling, to make meaning of the world according to the way we see the world. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you.
Applause.
All right, thank you. Yeah, good Max. Yeah.
Then lastly, give us the most important reason why Korean fans should go see the movies in theater.
I would say it really is a saga. It's very, very common throughout history. The world now has much bigger populations. It's always changing. It's always bewildering. Somehow trying to find new ways to, first of all, survive in the world and then grow a new life and so on. It's a very common story throughout time.
Okay.
And I think the Furiosa encapsulates that within the story that we see on the screen. I hope that the audience will be immersed in an experience, in a saga. Watching what happens to that person, Furiosa, they'll understand something about themselves.
Please, let's survive in this world and meet again next time.
Yes.
Let's eat Korean barbecue.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
With soju.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
I've never had an interview like this. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, love you too. Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And this looks amazing.
Yes,
Thank you.
I am Furiosa, Korean Furiosa.
Yes, okay.
Will I be the next film of yours?
Yes.
Just call me
Yeah, all right.
through Instagram direct message.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.